Hi, thank you so much for reaching out to ALTA Global Business Consulting. My name is Emily Erickson, and I'm excited to talk to you today and help you as you go about considering where to sell your newly developed product and as you enter the international sphere. Uh, Now, you didn't really provide me very much information about the nature of the products you're selling or kind of the locations specifically that you wanted to operate in. So I don't really have specifics for you today. I'm just going to give you kind of a general overview of factors you should consider when making this decision about where to sell your products. But if you have any further questions or any more specific information, please email me or call me and I'll be happy to give you specific information about the country that you're looking to locate in or sell your products in. And I can be of more service in that area. But just as a general overview, today I wanted to talk about some of the general factors in selecting a location to sell your products, matters of intellectual property rights, and then also other legal differences between different countries that you should be aware of when starting to make your decision. So first of all, talking about just general differences between places you can choose to operate your business. It's really important first to consider the economy of the location where you're interested in selling your products. You need to look at consumer demand, as well as your ability to provide a supply to meet this demand in the country that you're looking to do business in. It's really interesting too to look at the gross domestic product and the foreign debt ratios and inflation rates of the different countries that you're looking at, because this can affect your ability to access resources or get financing or how your different products will perform in the market or in the country that you're looking to do business in. It's also important to look at factors such as literacy level among your population, technology that's available, and the population's familiarity with this technology. Because ultimately, if you're doing business in another country, you'll need to be hiring employees. And if people are comfortable with technology and comfortable with, reading and writing, it's important to know those things to choose a location where the people who will be your employees, if you do choose to have local labor, will meet the needs of your business. Also, it's important to consider the geography of the place that you're looking to do business in. Distance between locations. I don't know if you're just looking to do like one location in an international company or across multiple continents, but the distance between offices, the nature of the resources which are available. Again, you've got your human resources, you've got your capital, getting the money to sponsor your efforts. You've also got like land, though. Some places land costs more than other places, or sometimes there's natural resources like minerals, so really depending on the type of your business, you'll need to consider the geography and the physical features, the human features, and also the cultural features of the place you're considering doing business in. Talking more about intellectual property, which is actually what our consulting firm specializes in. Intellectual property is a really hard thing to discuss without having a specific country in mind. U.S. copyrights, trademarks, and patents are not automatically valid in other countries, and it's really important that you look at the country you're looking to do business in and make sure that you register your intellectual property with that specific country, because every country kind of has their own unique and different guidelines for protecting intellectual property. With that being said, there's actually a document called the General Agreements on Tariffs and Trade, and there were 110 signers of this document, and basically they agreed that there would be some standard protections among all of these countries in recognizing intellectual property protections from one country to another. And so if the country you're looking to do business in was included in this, then you might have further protections, or you might have an easier time than other countries. I know like Venezuela and Chile and some of those countries especially have issues with protecting property, whereas other countries, like the United Kingdom or like Australia or like Canada, generally you have an easier time protecting your property rights in those countries than in, some of these other countries. But again, reach out to me with specifics about places that you're interested in, and I can provide you with more specific information and guidance. Also, I wanted to tell you, sometimes it's harder to protect physical products from being copied or manufactured despite your trademark. Sometimes it's harder to protect physical property like clothing garments or like a specific computer widget. It's harder to protect those from being duplicated in factories than it is like intellectual properties like software or something you can clearly show that you were the owner of or created and have like a trail of creation. So depending on the product type, again, I've just given you two examples. Some are easier to protect than others. Finally, I wanted to talk to you about just different legal differences you should be aware of. You should be aware of different tax laws in different countries. Some countries like split tax based on earning in that country, whereas others, depending on whether you incorporate or whether you operate it as a private enterprise, taxation varies. Also, there's differences in labor laws, product guidelines, consumer protection. Some countries are more lenient and will let you get away with more, whereas others are stricter and have regulations that you need to meet in order to do business in those countries. And depending on kind of the industry that you're in and the types of products that you're having, knowing about factory standards or consumer protection or selling medical or food or whatever you're selling, you need to be aware of those regulations so that you don't break any of the laws and get in trouble. Again, let me know if you have specific products in mind or a specific business location, and I can give you more specific information. But just to conclude, I've told you about general factors to consider, intellectual property rights, and other legal differences between countries. And I hope this kind of gives you a baseline for starting and considering where you want to operate and expand your business into. Thank you.